The universe is a vast and complex place, filled with a huge amount of energy that is constantly being converted from one form to another. From the birth and death of stars to the movement of planets around their orbits to the motion of particles on the smallest scales, energy is the driving force behind many of the processes that shape our reality. However, the total amount of energy in the universe is fixed, and it is not clear whether or how this energy will be replenished. Some scientists believe that the universe will eventually reach a state of heat death, in which all matter and energy are evenly distributed, and there is no more usable energy available for conversion. Others believe that the universe may be able to sustain itself through other means, such as the creation of new particles or the conversion of dark matter into usable energy. In our world, it is the ability to perform work, which means nothing would exist without it. But did it come to a point where we wondered if the universe's energy would run out? Do we even know where the energy comes from? If the cosmos runs out of energy, what's going to happen to us? This may sound apocalyptic, but will the universe run out of energy? And if so, what are the repercussions of this? According to scientists and cosmologists, the universe's energy comes from a mysterious Big Bang. We all know that the Big Bang theory is at the heart of the most well-researched theory of the beginning of our universe. It is developed in response to the discovery that galaxies outside of our own are traveling very quickly in every direction, as if they had all been propelled by a powerful explosive force in the distant past. One thing to remember is that if energy has a source, then it can mean that one day that source might run out. But it's also established that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, which means that whatever energy we have now, that's all we're going to have. Energy then is finite, or so we thought. In relation to the Big Bang Theory, cosmic inflation could possibly tell us if the universe will run out of energy. The Big Bang Theory states that the universe began at a single point. That dense and hot point full of energy, elements and matter suddenly exploded, and the huge explosion caused the galaxies to expand. According to the cosmic inflation theory, the universe experienced an exceedingly rapid exponential expansion in its early stages. From a tiny point, the explosion became much bigger. The universe then continues to expand until now, and its rapid expansion causes galaxies to have a wider space from each other. More space could mean less gravity, and less gravity equates to less energy. When the energy gets spread out due to the increasing distance between stars and galaxies, it becomes more scattered to the point where it becomes less useful as a result. And the time will come when we will not be able to use that energy anymore. It is said that the universe is way past its prime. The stars are getting dimmer, and more energy is becoming useless. Following this theory, there might come a time when every process in the cosmos that releases quantum energy will not be able to do that anymore. Another concept that could affect energy depletion in the future is dark energy. It's an unknown force responsible for our universe's pace of expansion, accelerating over time rather than slowing down. Its origin, though, is still unknown. Simply put, if gravity pulls matter together, think of the dark energy as the force doing the opposite. It is like a never-ending tug-of-war. As mentioned previously, the wider the space between galaxies, the less energy there will be. When the universe runs out of energy due to its expansion, it'll become too hard for gravity to pull things together. It'll come to a point where the universe will just collapse. The rate of space expansion will continue to increase exponentially if dark energy continues to dominate the energy balance of the universe. Structures that are not gravitationally bound will eventually float far away. Studies show that the rest of the universe seems to be pulling away from the Earth. Perhaps as dark energy increases, all other energy sources in the universe decrease, which could spell catastrophe for the rest of the universe. When we see the concrete jungle in the city, massive buildings are made, but they're not meant to last forever. Sooner or later, everything around us will disintegrate and fall apart. In relation, thermodynamics is a branch of physics that examines the effectiveness of energy transfer and exchange. But the second law of thermodynamics, in its simplest term, states that as energy is moved or converted, more and more of it is wasted. This essentially means that as energy is converted, more energy is wasted, which means it's no longer usable. Now think of a larger scale. The universe uses up and converts energy day by day. This means that more and more energy is becoming unusable as time goes by. Our clothes, no matter how neat and high quality the materials are, will eventually wear out. Once it is not wearable anymore, we leave it inside our closet or throw it out. Eventually, it'll become nothing once it decays. Nothing stays anew. Even the energy that we enjoy from the sun will also run out of fuel millions of years from now and then explode into what we call the red giant. Death is also a manifestation of this second law. It touches everything that we have in the universe. No matter what we do to delay it or stop it, all things are going to come to an end, and that includes everything in the natural world too. The second law of thermodynamics actually supports the idea that one day the universe will run out of usable energy. This law detects the diminishing amount of usable energy in the universe, and there will come a time when there would eventually be no more energy available for the universe to use. With this, it shows that even though energy cannot be destroyed, there comes a point where it cannot be used anymore. This fact leads us to the conclusion that chaos is the most likely state for any natural system. Whenever natural processes are allowed unchecked, they all deteriorate. Entropy or disorder increases as energy transfers from one form to another, or when matter travels freely. When the universe finally runs out of energy, our world will become cold and eventually freeze, and with no order, because there will be no heat energy left. This phenomenon is called the Big Freeze. When this happens, not a single species will be able to survive. It is an irreversible process and will happen when all of the energy in the universe has degraded. Imagine living on a planet with no light, heat, or natural resources to sustain human life. However, a counter-theory to all these states that the universe has an infinite cycle, which it gets its energy from. The rebirth of stars will give the universe endless energy. Stars are born from accumulated dust and gas. These are massive balls of helium and hydrogen. The Sun and the other stars have not been around since the beginning. They were born, and it takes millions and millions of years before a star is made. When a star has no fuel left, its outer part will eventually explode in a supernova explosion. Some remnants of smaller stars become neutron stars. When a massive star explodes or before it dies, black holes can emerge as a result. In space, a black hole is a region where gravity is so strong that even light cannot escape. Because the substance is compressed into such a small area, gravity is highly intense. What does this all mean? It simply states that the stars and black holes are components of the universe where energy is continuously being created and conserved. Even the stars can generate energy through nuclear fusion, and it happens in their core. That energy is the reason why stars shine. When elements fall into a black hole, they can release a huge amount of energy. Physicists are now studying extracting black hole energy through magnetic fields. They are looking at black holes as an efficient energy source. Usually, black holes are viewed as energy consumers rather than providers. Nevertheless, several theoretical processes can harness their massive gravitational fields to produce power. If research and physicists think that black holes can power our entire civilization and are studying how to harness its energy, it simply means that the universe will always have energy. There are other elements in the cosmos that release energy as well. So in a sense, there's this chance that the universe might not run out of energy after all. There are multiple theories regarding the universe, and if we're honest, we actually do not know much about it at all. But here's the catch. Regardless if the universe runs out of energy in the end, we humans shouldn't have to worry about it too much. We won't be around when that happens after all. If the energy in the universe is indeed finite and is continuously being converted to unusable energy, then the Big Freeze will eventually occur. On the other hand, if the universe has infinite energy, we have to keep in mind that not all of that can be used. And also, the universe having energy does not mean it'll keep on sustaining life here on Earth. Right now, we are lucky to be living in this galaxy's Goldilocks zone, but even that won't remain this way forever. Humankind and the universe have always been subjects of many theories and research. There are a lot of possible futures for the universe, and it is not clear how long it would take for these events to occur or whether they will actually happen. Sometimes we will have more questions than answers as we explore what is beyond this world. It is intriguing yet fascinating. But no matter what the future holds, we must keep in mind that whatever happens in the universe, we can only lay witness to it. After all, it is a mysterious and powerful element, and we humans are simply tiny dots in all its glory.